Sure. Right. So, so there's, if we're talking historically, then this is something that isn't just modern music, though. This is classical music. This is ancient ethnic music.
Yeah.
This is African rhythms. All of those ideas translate across time and space, and that's one of the things I've been talking about. Is that there are things about music that connect us not just to now physically, but to the other times that those musical expressions happened across time and space as well. And so when you're hearing something like a classical piece that, you know, you were talking about the straight eight thing having a certain drive or a certain alertness, you know, and so if there's a Mozart piece that has this nice dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun,
yeah.
right, all of a sudden you can just sort of feel yourself sitting up in the chair a little more, and
That's
you
all
start
right.
da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da. I feel that, you know. And that same thing that happens, you know, with really down and dirty grooves, you know, where all of a sudden you become a little more down and dirty, right? And that relates to physical expression.
Yeah.
It relates to the way that you speak, the way that you sing, and all of those are ideas that are memes, is what I've been talking about. You know, the idea that they are things that connect you across time and space. Daniel talks about the imprinting that happens when you're a teenager and you hear a certain song, and that speaks to you in ways that that same song, if you had heard it now for the first time, it wouldn't be able to speak to you the same way. And so when you're talking about connecting across time and space, some of this is learned, some of this is cultural. Right, and you and I were trying to decide before we did the show whether you can say a major chord is happy and a minor chord is sad. Is that cultural, or is there something about that that is a little more innate to the structures? Can you, just for people who don't know, can you just play us a minor chord?
Okay, here's a minor chord.
There is a house. Okay, and a major chord. So culturally, here in the West, we've been trained to say that's happy.
That's a happy ending.
Yeah, and that's the kind of things that film composers are using all the time, right?
Yeah.
Ways to steer your emotion and try to use the harmonics of a piece to make you feel a certain way, or to say that there is something about to happen.
Yeah, to manipulate your emotions through the story.
Yeah, and actually, we just finished working on a movie here at Talking Dog Studios with Jennifer Lynch, and her request was that the music not sound like music. That there be a lot of things which relates to what you were talking about to begin with here. That there's a lot of things about organized sound that you can say are musical, but might just as well be the waves lapping in the ocean, or the windshield wipers that are going back and forth, things that have a rhythmic intensity to them, that can be things that entrain your heartbeat, or entrain your breathing. You know, if you're trying musically to impart something that has an agitated emotion to it, that where the phrases are all that starts to make you be a little more in that sort of
triggers those physiological changes.
Yeah. So music can really get people going, but it can also really relax people. And maybe, Jack, to finish off this little clip, we can have you play something that imparts that real feeling of relaxation and peace that music can also have.
Sure. Okay, well, this song is in 3/4, and 3/4 is a bit like a lullaby. You know, even though it's an odd number, it's in groups of 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it has a bit of a lullaby feel.
That's a song you wrote?
Yes.
And what CD is that from?
It's from Coupel. It's called All Roads Lead to You, and I wrote it thinking about my father. So that's why it's got the peaceful kind of lullaby vibe to it.
That's great. If you want to know more about Jack, he's got his own website, jacksemple.com, and he has a number of CDs that you can buy there. I do want you to check it out. Jack is one of my favorite musicians of all time, and I'm really pleased that he was here to talk to us today. This is Rob Bryanton. Bye for now from Imagining the 10th Dimension.